Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I did my early morning thoughts, so new material for y'all, new topics, new subjects to talk about. But I really wanted to get into, like, you know, spirituality and like meditation and, you know, things that will really help us, you know, like, I'm just keep it real, like it's gonna help, you know, it's gonna change, because it can change your mind. And you know, once you change your mind or get your mind to work for you, like, you know, you crack the code or you unlock something, because everything is about your mindset. Like, it literally controls your whole life. Like, the things that you think, if you're constantly, you know, tearing yourself down, that's probably gonna be a reality. And if we think positive, if we, you know, they say ignorance is bliss, right? So, you know, I'll be trying to do that. Like, it ain't even gotta make sense to me or nobody else. Like, you know, if I feel like this is gonna happen, if I just want to be happy in my head, like, hey, that's my business, you know. So it's like, yeah, I don't care. You know, if I'm delusional, let me be delusional. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm thinking positive thoughts, happy thoughts, like, it's nothing wrong with that. I don't care how far-fetched it may seem or whatever, you know. Like, always think big too, don't sell yourself short. But all right, so what do I want to jump into first? I don't know, what should we talk about first? I want to talk about my birthmark. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like right there. And it's so funny because people could be around me like all my life, and then like one day out of the blue they'd be like, is that your birthmark? But I want to talk about like the significance of like birthmarks, or like Mongolian birthmarks, whatever they want to call them. When my mom had me, she told me, like, you know, when I came out it was green. Like, it was, this whole thing was green, and now I came out like light as fuck when I was born. I'll link the picture if I could find it, but like, I was light as fuck. So, you know, it was definitely like really noticeable to, like, it damn near covered up my whole forehead when I was a baby. But you know, she thought something was wrong with me, and they was like, no, it's fine, whatever. You know, gradually it turned black or whatever, you know. And like I said, as I got darker, as I got older, it kind of like blended in with my skin, you know. But like I said, when I pointed out, it's like super noticeable. So yeah, like the history of birthmarks. So like in the Middle Ages, you know, when people were born with birthmarks, like they considered that like a sign of royalty, like a sign that you were gonna like do something great or be somebody. Like, you know, even back then, you know, you could even look it up. There's like a lot of spiritual meaning behind birthmarks and the placements, and like even like moles and stuff like that. Like, I have a mole on my nose right here, and a lot of people told me like they thought it was like a nose ring or whatever. Like, people don't know, like, this is my like, this was here, you know. It's natural. It's no birthmark. It's no, I mean, it's no nose ring or nothing to see, but yeah. But no, like, and that's another thing too about like moles or like angel kisses, things like that. Like, you know, they say that with moles, like wherever it is, or your angel kisses, whatever you want to call them, those are indicators of like your talent or something that you're talented in. So for example, if you have any moles around your mouth or just anywhere on your face, you could be a speaker, you could be a model, right? If you have them on your hands or your wrist or something, you can be a painter or artist, a cook. Think about anything you can do with your hands. You could be talented at that. Like, you just have to look at the placement. And then another thing with the birthmarks too is when they say like good luck, good fortune, it explains it like basically, you know, you'll be living life and then it seems like everything always go your way, right? Like, you know, say you have a bill that need to be paid, right? And then all of a sudden you get a check in the mail for the same amount as that bill is. Like, you know, just, it could be, we all get like the settlement checks from jobs we used to work at, shit like that. Like, those is like unexpected checks, right? So it could be that type of situation. Like, you got a bill due, you don't know how you gonna pay it. All of a sudden you get a settlement check from a job you worked 10 fucking years ago, and you know, it could be the amount of the bill and then some, you know, whatever. So it's like things like that. Like, things are always like working out for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know, and I've had plenty of situations like that, you know, and people always call me like lucky, whatever. And like, I really think it's because just how close I am to like God, and like how strong my faith is and all of that. Like, that's why I'm lucky. Is, you know, it's nothing else, you know. But stuff do always like end up working out for me, and that's, see, and that's why, that's another thing. Like, I want people to get in that same mindset, because you don't have to have a birthmark or anything like that, right? I want like people to get to a place where something happens and then like you're not stressed about it, right? Like, I want y'all to be like content in the fact that God is going to handle it, you know? Because I don't know how many hours, like I said, I'm always telling y'all stuff I'm speaking from experience. Like, these are things that I've learned, and it's like I want to share with y'all because I don't want y'all to go through the same things I go through, or just to speed up the process for you, or whatever the case may be. But like I said, I used to worry about worries, like always worried about something. Like, and I would spend so much time just racking my brain, and then the problem would solve itself. Every single time. Like, literally, I would spend so much time worrying about, what am I gonna do? What is it? What about this? What about that? Who's gonna? And then it always works itself out. So it's like, after a while, I just stopped. Like, something would go wrong, I'd be like, okay, you know? If I have to think about it for a second or see or whatever, but it's like, like, you know, you can only control what you can control. So it's like, if something is out of your control, then it's just, it is what it is. And sometimes you just have to let it be. That's the thing, like, society puts so much pressure on like us, and then like we in turn take all of that and like put it on ourselves. And it's like a lot of shit we be stressing about, be shit that we shouldn't even, you know, it's expectation somebody else put on you, or an unrealistic expectation that you put on yourself. And it's like, it's no reason to stress, you know? And I feel like everybody think everything you do got to be like perfect. Like, people will literally not go to the gym because they feel like they gonna look stupid in front of everybody, or because they're not experienced, they haven't been going to the gym for 6 months, a year, you know, they're gonna look different from the people that's been, like, you know, and that'll be a reason why somebody would not go. It shouldn't be like that though, right? Like, that's my whole thing. It shouldn't be like that. Like, you know, it's not gonna be perfect. Like, you have to understand that within yourself. Like, yeah, I am starting out. Yes, I'm gonna learn as I go. Even like with my YouTube channel, it's like, you know, I didn't really know how I was gonna do this, or like what, and you know, I'm gonna make mistakes along the way. Everything's not gonna be perfect. I'm pretty sure there's things I can improve on and all of that, but I'm gonna learn as I go, you know. Because if we wait, you know, if I'm waiting until the perfect time, or to have all the knowledge, or to all, like, because it's never going to be perfect. Like, you'll literally be waiting for the rest of your life. Like, the time is going to pass, right? So you know, the time is going to pass for whether you do it or not, you know. So it's like, you might as well do it. Like, you know, time going to keep going. So it's like, when you rather start, and then 4 years from now, like, you're already established, all of this, versus then 4 years from now, you're like, all right, I'm starting now. Like, let me get, you know what I'm saying? Because the time is going to pass anyway. So it's like, now I'm to the point where I'm just like, yeah, like, I'm only doing what's best for me. Like, I can't worry about everybody else because nobody else is worried about me, you know? So, and the people that do worry about me, you know, I definitely have people in my life that care about me, you know, they get the same in return. Like, there's an equal give and take, because, you know, it was never, you know, I was never going to be the type to let people do for me and never do anything in return. Like, that's just never been my style. Like, I would feel bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, definitely, you know, the people that pour into me definitely get poured back into. And they also say, like, people that have like birthmarks on their forehead can be like intellectual, you know, and attractive or whatever, you know, but yeah, of course the intellect, you know, I'll take that. But it's like, you know, yeah, like, it's associated with that. And I'll, like I said, I have screenshots of stuff. I'll link the stuff in the video. But yeah, it's definitely linked to like good fortune, good luck, spiritual abilities, you know. You know, check out some of my videos, you know, if you want to see me in action. But yes, it's linked to like having a divine connection with spirits, angels, the divine, like, you know. So, and you know, when I had my daughter, you know, like, that was like a very traumatic experience for me. Like, I literally almost died. Like, I shouldn't even be here right now talking to y'all. Like, I almost died. I don't know if I'm not gonna get into the details on this video. Maybe I'll do a separate video about the details and stuff like that. But I just remember when I did have to check back into the hospital and did not get out, you know, I had to cut through the ER, and then they kept me for hella long. But while I was in the hospital, you know, my dad, my biological dad, because I also have a stepdad, and I just remember him asking me, like, he was like, do you care about your, like, he was like, do it bother you that your birthmark is on your face? Like, you know, so I don't know if it bothered me when I was younger, but then it's kind of like a thing where it's like out of sight, out of mind. You know, it's like I can't like look at my forehead. Like, he was like, yeah, do you mind it or whatever? And I was just like, no. Like, you know, once I started looking into like spirituality and stuff, then it made me feel like honored to have it there, you know. And, you know, people say like, this is where your third eye is and all of that. So it's like the fact that I have a birthmark there is like awesome to me. And then some say like it's connected to your past lives. You know, that's something else that you guys could look into too. Yeah, like I said, I feel like I do have like a connection a super close connection with God. I always felt like that though. Like even as a kid, y'all, like when I used to tell y'all, I used to pray like every day, like, and I used to pray for shit like world peace and like all like it, but not even like my young mind didn't understand like why it was so much chaos in the world, like why it was homeless people, like why was wars going on. Like my young mind could not fathom like why are these people suffering in, you know, a place that they say is like the land of the free, you know. So I was like, my young mind could not comprehend. Like, so it's like, I used to just pray to God, like, Lord, please, like, you know, like, please let everybody get along, like, you know, and I was like so sincere in my prayers, like, you know, I was like I really wanted that. I really believed in that. Like, now that I'm older, I know, like, it's definitely gonna take more than prayer. Like, yeah, we gonna need a miracle, for sure, you know, but each one teach one, you know, it's gonna take time, but you know, people that want to learn and want to change, like they're gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully the people that are not ready will become ready one day, and like that's all we can do, or you know, that's all we can hope for. That people tend to shy away from things when they don't understand them or don't know what to do or don't know where to start, and it's like, you know, like, you know, take the pressure off. Like, I feel like when you take a pressure off a lot of things, like, just do it. Like, who cares? Who cares if you're doing it right, wrong, whatever? Like I said, you can teach yourself along the way, and don't worry about what anybody has to say. Like, do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for you. Like, we're not living for anybody else. Like, I have another thing I'm gonna link to. It's just like it's 3 daily goals, and it's like, as long as you do these, like, you good. And it's really simple. It's like, I want people to get into that mindset. Like, stop beating yourselves up about things that you're not able to accomplish in the day. Like, it's okay. Like, you know, like, it's tomorrow. We always got tomorrow, you know. So it's like, you know, just don't stress. If you know, if you don't get to it, it will be fine. It's definitely not the end of the world. But I was the same way. Like, you know, I'm so a perfectionist, and just like, you know, when one thing go wrong, it's like, oh God, like everything's crumbling down. Like, you know, that was my mindset. It's like, one thing go wrong, now everything is wrong, and I'm mad, and you know, like, I just don't even want to continue with the day. Like, it sucks. I feel like a failure. Like, you know, that I'm beating myself up in my thoughts, and you know, it's like, you know, we have to stop that. You know, it's okay. Like, we definitely have to give ourselves grace. And it's funny because I feel like people are more quick to give other people grace, right? Like, think about how you treat your friends, your family, your significant others. Just like you're willing to give the grace, right? Like, you're willing to, like, okay, you know, people mess up, people make mistakes, okay, you know, it's fine. Like when it comes to us, like, I don't know why we automatically want to like beat ourselves up and talk down on ourselves, and like we don't grant ourselves that same grace that we give other people. And it's like, we really have to work on that, because that contributes to the stress too. Like, and that's another thing too, meditation. Like, breathe in. Like, when I breathe in, like, I breathe in all my problems, right? I breathe in all my problems. So whatever I'm dealing with, I'm breathing it in, you know? But whether it's bills, you know, work, relationships, where like whatever you feel like is weighing on you and it's too heavy, breathe it all in. And when you blow out, like, that's you releasing everything that you just took in. You know, and it, like, I'm telling you, if y'all do it, it like literally instantly calms you. Like, really just like, just breathe all that bullshit. Just let it go. Just let it go, you know. And like, that's me putting it at God's feet, you know. Like, let go and let God. Like, that's what that is. Like, you breathe all that in and you just let it go. Leave it to God. And like, I promise you, you will feel so much better after. Like, do it like 3 good times, you will feel the difference, like, literally. But yes, like, just start releasing it. Just release it, man. Y'all, it's too much. It's too much. Thinking of Bag Lady by Erykah Badu. Like, it's too much. Like, y'all gotta put the bags down. Like, we really just be carrying shit that we don't have to carry. And again, like, stop, let go of the expectations other people put on you. Let go of your unrealistic expectations, you know. And any progress is progress, you know. Everything don't have to be done right away. Everything don't have to get done. Like, it doesn't have to go the way you want it to go. But it's like, as long as you know, like, it's gonna get there eventually. Like, don't that make you feel good? Like, wouldn't that make you feel content? Like, okay, well, yeah, it's not today, you know, maybe not even tomorrow, maybe not next month, but eventually, you know, I'll get to where I'm going, or I'll get to achieve this goal that I'm trying to reach, you know. Always trying to be positive, always smiling, you know. Like I say, even when shit go wrong, like, I'd be like, okay. Like, it's literally been days where like some shit happened. It's another thing too. Like, I used to be like, and I'm still clumsy. Like, I don't want to say used to be, but like, I'm always spilling something, dropping something like always happening. When I tell y'all that smallest thing used to like ruin my whole fucking day, like, I mean, and probably because I was like holding already so much shit in, and that was just like the straw that broke the camel's back. So it used to be times where it's like, damn, like get a fucking coffee, and then now you done spilled the fucking coffee in the car, and it's like, bro, like that was my 13th reason. Like I'm about to fuck all this shit up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit used to irk my nerves, and it always used to be at the wrong time, like a time where I, like I said, was already dealing with a lot. Like think about rushing to work. Like you rushing to work, you're trying to hurry up and get to work, right? You already late and shit like that, so you already cussing yourself out like, fuck, I'm late. You know, they could already talk to you about being late. You're like, fuck, all right, I'm late again, whatever. So you're trying to rush, you know, then now the car is pissing you off, but you know, it's traffic and shit like that. Traffic that it in spots that it ain't never been on your way to work and shit like that. Like it's just like everything's going wrong, everything's going wrong. Then all of a sudden a car jump in front of you, you hit your brakes hella hard, and all your shit done spilled on the floor. Coffee spilled, books spilled, like everything on the floor. It's like literally, you know, so it's like at that point, yeah, like you would be like, motherfucker, like, you know, now you're like, now it's on 10, like 2, you know, so now you about to be even more late because now you gotta clean this shit out your car, dude. So it's like you start thinking of all these things, and it's just like, you know. And then sometimes also, another thing that helped me calm down in times like that is that everything happens for a reason, right? So like, even again, trick your mind, even if it sounds crazy, even if it's delusional, even if whatever, like I said, ignorance is bliss. So trick your mind, even if it's not true, it's true because you said it is, okay? Everything happens for a reason. So I always think like, if I'm delayed in any type of way, like that's God protecting me. It's like telling myself that hey, it probably was for my own good, or, you know, this could have been a situation where God was protecting me. So it's like things like saying that, it makes me feel better about any type of delay or any, you know, whatever, any type of roadblock or hindrance. Like it makes me feel better knowing that, hey, like maybe that was supposed to happen, you know. Like it's easy to get mad, but maybe that was supposed to happen. Maybe I'm supposed to be exactly where I'm at right now. So once you rewire your mind, it's like it definitely gets easier to deal with all the stuff. And like I said, it's never gonna be like, we're never gonna be just like 100% happy and like nothing's going on and everything is perfect. Like, you know, that don't exist, you know. But while we are going through the motions, like we can be better prepared to handle them so it doesn't take much effect on us and our body and, you know, our mental health and all of that, you know. So that's really what I'm just trying to get to, you know. That's another thing too. I carry around crystals with me. You know, especially if I'm going somewhere where I feel like when I used to go to work, you know, when I was working, like I used to carry crystals around, like in my bag, on my person, you know, like, because I just felt like a negative energy there, you know, and I always want to protect myself. So like, that's another thing, you know, like, again, even if y'all are not into that, like I'm telling you, like it helps, you know. But yeah, like rose quartz, I used to always do a rose quartz and an amethyst. So, you know, amethyst is for like protection, like especially if you have like, if you are spiritual or you have like psychic abilities. And then rose quartz is for like, you know, love, good energy, or, you know, all the things. I had like a little message. I think I screenshotted it. I can link it in the video too, but it had a little message at the bottom saying like what it's for. And it's like, damn, that's crazy. Like I was already carrying that around, and I didn't have like a bracelet. I had like actual crystals. So, but I was carrying it around in like that combination. I have other crystals, but for whatever reason, like it called out to me. Those two called out to me. Like these are the ones. And I have that happen with like a lot of things too. Like it's like I will have no knowledge on it, and then later on I found out that I was doing it right. But it's like I just follow what, you know, my body is telling me to do. So that's like crazy within itself. But that is all I have for you guys today. I hope everybody has an amazing day, amazing morning, like all of the things that you want. A blessed day. Just, you know, no pressure. That's all I want to tell y'all. No pressure. That's the word of the day. Like the phrase of the day. No pressure on nothing. Like don't put any pressure on yourself about anything. Whatever you accomplish today, that's what you accomplished today, and you need to, you know, be happy for that. You know, some progress is better than no progress. You know, just as long as we progress, and that's all that matters. You know. So, but yes, like yes, you guys have a great day. Like I will see you on the next video, and bye.